Network.
Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Paula Dagnan. This morning, Interstate 81 northbound was closed after two tractor trailers collided in a work zone. It was between the Ravine and Minersville exits. Crews shut down 81 north at the Ravine exit around noon. The interstate was reopened. No word from state police yet on how the crash happened or conditions of those that were involved in that crash. The Vatican postponed the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops' vote today on a new code of conduct for bishops and on a lay commission empowered to investigate clergy. WYLN's Julia Wiegand has more.
The Vatican requested that the United States Conference of Catholic Bishops delay voting on measures to hold bishops accountable for failing to protect children from sexual abuse. Many bishops, including Diocese of Allentown Bishop Alfred Schlert, expressed disappointment that the nation's bishops wouldn't be voting this week on new policies to strengthen safeguards by holding bishops accountable for their conduct on clergy sexual abuse of minors. WYLN spoke with various local Catholic parishioners who all agreed that something needs to be done and as soon as possible. President of USCCB and Archdiocese of Galveston-Houston's Cardinal Daniel DiNaro said he was thrown a little sideways with Monday morning's announcement, having worked hard to get to the action stage. For weeks, the USCCB announced a series of reforms they'd hoped to make after what one cardinal called the Church's Summer of Hell. The Catholic bishops expected to debate and vote on several concrete measures to respond to the abuse crisis, according to a news release on Baltimore's meeting. Those measures included a hotline to report bishops accused of abuse or mishandling abuse cases, standards of conduct for bishops, and protocols for bishops resigned or removed because of abuse. Those reforms must be approved by the USCCB, which gathers the country's 275 active bishops twice a year to debate and adopt new policies. Currently under canon law, only the Pope can hold bishops accountable. The Vatican's intervention involved asking to postpone voting until after the worldwide meeting of church leaders, convened by Pope Francis in Rome, which takes place February 2019. The text of proposals for the bishops' meeting this week were finalized on October 30th, which is said to not have given enough time for the Vatican to raise objections or advise modifications. However, according to Bishop Bambera of the Scranton Diocese, the USCCB will address these issues during the current meeting and take a poll of the body of bishops to get a sense of perspective, which will, in turn, be brought by DiNaro to the meeting come February. Bambera also said that Scranton will continue its commitment to addressing all issues of abuse related to bishops, priests, and others in a transparent manner, and to remove from ministry those credibly accused of offending minors. The sexual abuse crisis has roiled the Church on several continents, including North America, South America, and Australia. Catholic bishops in the U.S. have been heavily criticized for failing to hold themselves accountable for the sexual abuse of children, especially after the Pennsylvania grand jury report released this summer, which found widespread evidence of abuse by priests and cover-ups by bishops. Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh Shapiro tweeted in response to Monday morning's move by the Vatican, quote, "As I said many times, the Catholic Church cannot be trusted to police itself. They've failed for decades to protect children from predator priests and the bishops who enable the abuse. Proper oversight requires law enforcement and outside agencies." One of the Pope's closest allies in the U.S., Cardinal Blaise Cupich of Chicago, said that they need as a conference, as brother bishops, to take up this issue for the good of the Church in this country without delay. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
Police are investigating an incident involving a child in New Philadelphia Borough. According to state police, they were referred an endangering the welfare of a child incident by Schuylkill County Children and Youth Service. The incident involved a 5-month-old baby that tested positive for meth. The baby was with his parents, 49-year-old Robert Roundtree and 34-year-old Christina Brennan. The baby became ill and a family friend was contacted to assist. The friend took the baby baby to the hospital. That is where a test was done and found the meth in the baby's system. According to police, the parents used a water bottle to mix meth. Later, the same bottle was used to mix a bottle for the baby. Roundtree and Brennan were charged with aggravated assault, simple assault, endangering the welfare of children, and recklessly endangering another person. Both are locked up tonight. Wilkes-Barre police are investigating a reported sexual assault. That according to a news release on their Facebook page. It happened around 1 o'clock this morning. The victim told police she was walking toward the Turkey Hill Minute Market on North Pennsylvania Avenue when the suspect grabbed her and dragged her into a nearby wooded area where she was assaulted. The suspect, described as a black male in his 30s, about 6 feet tall, average build, wearing a red and white hooded sweatshirt. McAdoo Fire Department proposing a capital equipment funding process to Banks Township Board of Supervisors at their meeting last night. McAdoo Fire Company merged with 2 fire companies a few years ago for cost savings and to stop the redundancy.
What we're seeing ends up in today's market, a lot of mandated changes in the fire service, not only in relation to our fire equipment that we ride in, but the fire equipment that we wear in protective clothing, self-contained breathing apparatus, and communication.
Last night's proposal was to really put the fire company's merger to work, and they're not the only ones who would benefit from the equipment fund. A total of $20,000 would be split evenly amongst each of the 5 municipalities.
The banks that are closing him in coming down.
Banks Township component, the McAdoo Borough, and Klein Township all will have an equal layer of financing of this program for us to use in our capital equipment campaign.
The fire company's goal is to start come 2019 to cover their first project of upgrading all their protective clothing and hopefully continue on from there in the future. Banks and Klein Townships have already approved moving forward with the capital equipment funding process. McAdoo will be voting on it at a future meeting with their 2019 budget. The East Union Township Police Department will be cracking down on quality of life violators. Since the township has no code enforcement department, the police will be handling complaints. If a resident is found to be in violation, a tag will be placed on their door and they will have 5 to 7 days to fix the problem, or they can contact the police department to ask for more time. If the resident ignores the tag and refuses to correct the problems, then a citation will be issued. Citations range from $50 to $100. The resident will also be given the opportunity to appeal the citation. Over 50 people have applied for reserved parking spaces in the city since Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassatt proposed a reserved parking program. Hazleton City Council authorized the mayor to generate public support. Over 50 applications were given out, and Cassatt says that more people have contacted him about the program. It would allow homeowners to reserve an on-street parking space for the cost of $10 a month. Residents who bring in their applications must also pay a $105 deposit, which includes an application fee and an $80 installation fee for the reserved parking sign. If the program is not approved, deposit checks would be returned to residents by the city. Applications are being accepted now until December 31st. The mayor and council will then review just how many applications were received and bring the matter up at a future work session. Coming up, more budget discussion in Luzerne County and where the beads of courage showed up today. But first, here's a look at our 7-day forecast. Clearing overnight, the low 25. Wednesday, some sun with a high of 35. Thursday into Friday, a taste of winter, snow and cold. Stay with us.
It's okay that everybody ignores me when I drive. It's fine, because I get a safe driving bonus check every 6 months I'm accident-free. Because I don't use my cell phone when I'm driving, even though my family does and leaves me all alone. Here's something else. I don't share it with Mom. Right, Mom? I have a brand new putter you don't even know about. It's awesome.
Safe driving bonus checks only from Allstate. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice, everyday low prices, plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
A building in Ashley is crumbling. Stucco fell off the building at 29 North Main Street on Saturday. Inspectors determined it was not an immediate danger to the public, so now the question becomes what to do next. A parking lot next to the building was closed in case anything further fell. The building shares a common stairwell with 31 North Main, which is owned by a person out of town. Ashley Borough Council meets tonight and is expected to address it. Luzerne County's Operational Services Division is requesting additional funding for repairs and maintenance in the 2019 budget. It seeks an additional $424,000 for maintenance and repairs. The division's budget is comprised of building and grounds, engineering, planning, and zoning, the 911 department, and emergency management. Among the increases being sought, $75,000 for architectural and engineering expenses next year, $20,000 for building repairs, and over $33,000 for emergency management for roof and HVAC repairs. If the increase is granted, it would raise the division's allocation to over $4.9 million. Monday, football players from King's College and Wilkes University were at Geisinger's Janet Weiss Children's Hospital. The players spent Monday playing games with some of the patients who are less than half their size.
We were playing basketball, shooting around, doing some dribbles, trying to have one of the little girls, see how many dribbles she'd get in a row, and it was really fun. I'm having a good time, enjoying myself.
If this is one of the best times of their day, then to me that's all that matters. It doesn't matter where we are, what we're doing, but as long as they're happy, then we're happy.
It's a way to give kids who have been stuck in their rooms a little reprieve from the daily battles against illness. To honor the children with serious chronic diseases, the football players are wearing beads as part of their involvement with Beads of Courage. Soon they will give their bead to a child to collect to help them tell their story of recovery.
Hopefully, when they're in remission or cancer-free or their heart problem is finished, they look at these beads with really tremendous pride in what they've come through and what they've accomplished.
I'm just happy that one of my beads will be given to them. That's wonderful.
The Palermo Foundation has been involved with the Beads of Courage program for a number of years and work hand in hand with a number of local organizations to help bring smiles to the children at Janet Weiss. It's official. Amazon's second headquarters will not be heading to one, but two North American cities. The headquarters will be split between Crystal City in Northern Virginia and Long Island City in Queens, New York. That'll bring about 50,000 new jobs. Many cities across the country have been competing for the headquarters to be brought to their area. Amazon received 238 proposals before selecting just 20 back in January. Both cities met Amazon's requirements to be near a metropolitan area, have direct access to mass transit, and be within 45 minutes of an international airport. Amazon could spend up to $5 billion to build the new headquarters. Patients in the St. Luke's University Health Network now have an easy way to access their health records via their iPhones. Apple has teamed up with the healthcare community to create an easier way to transfer electronic medical records. Patients can look at their St. Luke's MyChart health record either through the St. Luke's mobile app or the Apple Health app. There, they'll find all of their records, including those from other participating institutions. Patients can view lab results, medications, medical conditions, and will also receive notifications when their data is updated. Patients can now go to their health app on their iPhone and authenticate using their MyChart patient portal credentials. The information will be downloaded to their phone and protected by using an iPhone passcode, Touch ID, or Face ID. Coming up on Sun Valley's News Choice, safe driving in Trooper Talk Tuesday. Plus, you might have to find another way to grandmother's house for dinner. As we head out to break, let's take a look at the midday winning lotto numbers. Good luck if you played. Stay with us.
Seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
Chur's Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Chur's Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. You'll meet Jeff Poth, a gentleman who was able to not have knee replacement surgery due to great chiropractic cooperation between his doctor and Dr. John. His story and information about the laser treatment available that helped him this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic. Join us.
Here on Wyln, everyone. I'm Gary Pern. I'm very pleased to have with me Trooper Anthony Petrowski from Pennsylvania State Police Hazleton for our weekly Trooper Corner information. And today we're going to talk about seatbelts. And yes, it is a law. You have to wear them. It's really not optional. And Trooper, I know sometimes you get that argument, oh, well, I'm just going down the street, or, oh, I've driven it thousands of times without my seatbelt. I don't need it. But it's the law in Pennsylvania.
Absolutely it is. And you know, more than that, it's for everybody's safety. It really is. I mean, you never know what could happen, whether you're just going down to the corner store or you're driving an hour away. You really should have it on. And again, it is the law. The problem with that is, you know, a lot of people think that they could get pulled over immediately for not wearing their seatbelt. We'll set it straight here. wearing a seatbelt, not wearing one, I should say, is actually a secondary violation, meaning we can't just pull you over because we see you not wearing your seatbelt.
Okay.
So it's actually a secondary violation. So if you get pulled over for something else, you can be cited for not wearing your seatbelt. Unless you're under the age of 18 and you're not wearing your seatbelt, then you can immediately be pulled over for that.
And I know, and this is kind of in the same realm, children have to be in safety seats or belted in the back up to certain age and weight requirements as well.
Absolutely, and that's a law too also, not having a child in their proper restraints. And on top of that, if people have any questions with that, there's certified car seat technicians at each state police barracks. They could contact them, they could contact us at Hazleton. We could check, we can help them properly install the seat. They're kind of tricky. We're more than happy to help people with that, but really everything, all the information is on the side of the seat. You have to check the age, the height and weight requirements, and make sure your child is in the proper safety seat.
It's not like, I listen to my parents or the people talk about, when they go on vacations in the family station wagon and they were, in the back and all that. You have to be in a seat and you have to be belted. We've seen over, last number of years, especially since I've been doing this, we see a lot of crashes where people would have been maybe less seriously injured if they were wearing a seatbelt or had proper restraints for everybody in the vehicle.
Right, and we're not up to the statistics on that, but we have seen a lot of crashes where unfortunately people get ejected out of the vehicle because they weren't wearing their seatbelt, and things could have been a lot less worse had they been wearing their seatbelt. So we always recommend definitely wear it. It's the law. It's there for your safety, and again, allows you to get from point A to point B safely.
One other question, talking about seatbelts in vehicles, riding in vehicles or in the back of vehicles, maybe pickup trucks or stuff like that, that could cause an issue as well.
Absolutely, that is illegal. You cannot do that, and again, you can't have a number of people in a vehicle that exceeds the number of seatbelts. So if somebody's riding in a cargo area in the truck bed, that is 100% illegal and it is completely unsafe. Please don't do that.
Okay, so again, bottom line, wear your seatbelts. If you're going, no matter if you're going one block down the road or you're getting on the interstate, make sure you have your seatbelts on. It's for your safety to make sure you get to and from your place without any harm with that. That is this segment for Community New with Trooper Petrowski. We're talking about seatbelts. And make sure you tune in every Tuesday here on WYLN. We'll have the safety information or some tips from the Pennsylvania State Police to make sure you get where you're going safely. Thanks for joining us on Community New, everyone. We'll see you next time.
Walk in and you walk into the region's most trusted health network.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about visiting a restaurant that has a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we'll be featuring on our show. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. Jeff Bonomo and his co-host, Alan Giannetti, welcome you into the world of craft beer, great wine, and good food. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops.
While you're making your Thanksgiving Day plans, just a note that the Hazleton Public Transit has announced that there will be no bus service on Thursday, November 22nd. The HPT office will also be closed, and on Thanksgiving Day as well as Friday, November 23rd. However, all bus service will resume on Friday. Also, PennDOT has announced their photo license and driver's license centers will also be closed on Thursday, November 22nd, Thanksgiving, and Friday, November 23rd, in observance of the Thanksgiving holiday. This Saturday, however, the streets of downtown Wilkes-Barre will be crowded, lined with everyone waiting to see the jolly old elf himself. The city of Wilkes-Barre presents their annual Christmas parade and tree lighting. The parade will step off at 3 o'clock at South and South Main Streets and continue right down to Public Square. And once again, thanks to Service Electric Cable TV and Communications of Wilkes-Barre, we'll be there. WYLN broadcasting the parade live from Public Square. Gary Perna, I'll be there, and all the crew will all be there to bring you the sights and sounds of the parade, and again, beginning live at 3 o'clock. We encourage everyone to come out and join us in Wilkes-Barre for the parade and all the fun activities that will be happening again. That is this Saturday. That's the news. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN.
Whitetail Preserve and Event Center, Thanksgiving takeout menu. Relax. We'll do the cooking for you. You can pick it up on Thanksgiving between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. Orders must be placed by November 18th at 2 p.m. Call 570-535-6123. This traditional meal offer is for 10 people, just $110 plus tax.
WYLN CA35's children's programming is designed with the specific purpose of serving the educational and informational needs of children. In compliance with FCC guidelines, a copy of the children's programming report is on file for public inspection at WYLN, 1057 East 10th Street, Hazleton, PA, during normal business hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Friday.
What would you do with $25,000 right before the holidays? Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton is going to give you the opportunity to figure that out. Stop in, take a test drive, register to win, crack the code, and you could be walking away with $25,000. We have over 300 Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Cadillac, Buick, GMC, Mazdas in stock, ready for immediate delivery with rebates and discounts up to $10,000, and over 200 pre-owned vehicles ready for immediate delivery. And don't forget our $1,000 low price guarantee. Blaze Alexander of Greater Hazleton is taking the deals the other guys won't.
Watching Wilkes-Barre's Choice for news, weather, and live local sports. WYLN, we're your local network.